And I'm going to give you some reasons why this neighborhood, I would say it's no longer up and coming as described by the Toronto Life magazine back in 2012. I think it has arrived. And this neighborhood is known for its lakeside views, and I will take a walk towards the lake as well. It is very well known for its bike lanes, and these bike lanes extend all the way west here to Port Credit, a city just west of the Greater Toronto neighborhood. And I'm going to walk south here on this beautiful day in Toronto, April 28th. And as you get right towards the lake here, if you don't have a bike, they do have rental bikes all along the Royal York and Lakeshore intersection here that you can rent to experience this beautiful neighborhood. And it's very similar to the East End beaches in terms of its lake views, parks, tons of mom and pop shops in this neck of the woods. And a lot of the streets here are almost like enclaves. And the houses here, the older ones were built back in the 1920s, between the 1920s and 50s. And then some of the homes here are newer developments, like this one here on 3 Sussex Drive. You got a 3-car garage there. And then you have the older homes this way. And let me tell you folks, this little stretch here off of Royal York and Lakeshore, you cannot reach the lake here, which is, I would say, a bit elitist. So these homes here actually back out onto Lake Ontario. It is private property. And we've got a couple of apartment buildings here. And I figure a 1-bedroom apartment in this neighborhood would cost you at least $2,000 a month. At least. Especially if you have a view of the lake, facing the lake. That in and of itself would increase the rent in this part of Mimico. So off of Royal York and Lakeshore Boulevard West, I'm going to walk a little east here to give you a sense of this almost like living in the city, but with so many amenities of a small town just west of the grind of the downtown core of Toronto. And right here in front of me is a boarded up older home. It looks like it has been derelict for some time now. And probably it will be a fixer-upper or tear-down. I don't see a for sale sign on this house that sits on Lakeshore Boulevard West, but I do want to give you a sense of some of the older homes here. And this house here doesn't look like anyone's been living in it for quite some time. See how big the backyard is here. This is definitely, if somebody were to take this home, it is definitely a tear down. And these properties here along the lakeshore, even a derelict property like this, I mean, this is definitely a dumping ground. I don't know who's dumping, but it definitely is full of refuge, that's for sure. Got an old lamp post up there. And these homes here, even a derelict one like that would run you at least $1 million for the property. But like I said, it would definitely be a tear down. And I'm gonna walk a little further east here, where there are some really grand homes in the Mimico neighborhood, and there's one of those grand homes right there. And that one there would have a lakefront view, a private lakefront view at that. And that little home there, 2 stories, probably built back in the 1930s. And as I continue east here, a lot of these homes, the older ones in the Mimico neighborhood, have been torn down. And as you can see, the home just adjacent to the one I just walked past is a newer development. Get a load of that. And it is gated and protected by a smart home monitoring system. And right in front of me there looks like a lighthouse, a miniature lighthouse, and it has a seating area here, again giving you that old town feel. Right on the lakeshore retail stretch here. Across the street, you have a halibut house. And this area here used to encompass more mom and pop shops. But more and more along this stretch, you will find places like Pizza, a wheat shop, the lake is to the south of me here. And there is, these people love their pizza, I have to say, because within a 2-minute walk, I've covered about all of the big pizza brands in Canada. And right there on the corner, you've got a Pizza Hut. And that looks like a dine-in Pizza Hut. And then you've got some retail stores along this area here. And a lot of these mom and pop shops generally are not open on Monday because the foot traffic is not as great as it is during the week or weekends. That's a barber shop. And I don't know how long it has been here. They have a billiards house with a bar here. And here you can get some bread. It's called Basket of Bread. And again, this place, bakery, is not open on Monday. And now I am just at Newcastle and Royal York Road, the most popular retail strip in the Mimico neighborhood. And here is where you'll find a number of mom and pop shops that are quite well known in this neighborhood and outside of this neighborhood as well. And one of the most popular bakeries in the Greater Toronto area is in Mimico. And it is Remo Bakery, known for its European pastries and cakes, pizza, and the gentleman who does a one-bite pizza reviews, quite popular south of the border, actually went to this bakery and did a review, and he said the pizza was exceptional. And there is a mural of the gentleman who started this bakery. I do believe his children are running the bakery now, and during COVID, the pandemic, he did pass away because he contracted COVID. And from what I read at the time, the staff and his family were just devastated. He put his heart and soul into this bakery, and I do believe his children are running the bakery now, his sons. It is not open on Mondays. And they offer a lot of baked goods and European cuisine. On any given weekend, you will find this stretch here packed. And I know in the warmer weather, they do like to put out patio chairs right here so people can enjoy the weather, and a donut, and their donuts are quite good. They also have a Jimmy's coffee here as well. Monte's premium meats, which is well known in this neighborhood. They sell fine meats here, and they've been here since 1961, and they also sell produce. And they are one of the few shops that are actually open on a Monday. So this neighborhood here offers many amenities. Let's have a quick look inside. I don't want to interfere with their business here. And they have their meat counter right over here. Look at that fine meat there. And it basically looks the same as it did back in the early 60s. And they have a big cattle outside telling you all the parts of the cattle. My favorite would probably be flank steak. The Prince of Wales Park was built back in 1974, and it is one of the first peninsula parks in the city, and has one of the best views in the Mimico neighborhood of the Toronto skyline. And if you're good at rock climbing, definitely head down to this park in Mimico to climb down to the rocks and touch the lake.